Hello, lovely counselors. Hello, lovely members. So nice to see you here today. Well, it's another Monday, and what I wanted to do with you today was give you another tip about marketing your private practice. So I already did a recording over on my business page, which is called Private Practice with Soul. So you can go there and have a look at that. But in our group, I also wanted to give you a second pointer, and that is to really be aware of the message that you're giving to your clients and the energy behind it, because I believe that some of the mental blocks that some of us have around marketing is we don't want to be icky, we don't want to be pushy, all those sorts of things. And do you know what? You're absolutely right. It's not your job to convince people to book in with you. It's not your job to be pushing your services onto others. In fact, with every post, I believe that there's a push and pull energy, because I believe that energy is always moving. I believe it's always flowing. Well, hopefully it should always be flowing, unless we've done something to sort of kink that and we've blocked it. But generally, energy is always going to be flowing. So the way that I like to think about this is, if I put up a post that says, hey, I've had a cancellation and I can see you tomorrow and get in quick and all of that sort of stuff, I feel like that is a pushing energy, right? You're pushing forward with that energy. And what's going to happen? Well, what happens to you if I push you forward? What are you going to do? You're going to go back, right? So it's repellent energy. It's pushing people away. Anytime you pop up in their feed, if you're on social media, or anytime you send them an email, or I don't know, it's on Instagram or something like that, and you're like, hey, I've had a cancellation, booking with me, or here's why you should book in with me, and stuff like that. It does feel like a pushing energy to people who read it, and their response is going to be to scroll, right? That's pushing back. What is a preferential energy for you to be in is one where you're leaning back. When you're leaning back, the natural inclination of your potential perfect for you client is to lean forward and to get curious. Think about it like this. Think about like your very favorite shop to go, or one of your very favorite shops on the whole wide world to go, right? For me, it's a shop that sells new agey stuff, right? I love crystals and da-da-da-da. I really love, my very favorite shop in the whole wide world right now is Empress and the Wolf in Daylesford. Now, I can go into Empress and the Wolf and I can just look around, and if somebody comes to me, which they don't there, but if somebody comes to me and says, hey, can I help you? What are you looking for? Da, 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 da. Sometimes that can feel a bit off to me, and then I want to leave the shop, right? Or I want to get away from that person. Even though I still want to be in the shop, I just want to be away from that person. So I'll go and look at something I'm not even interested in, just so I can get away from them. That's not the energy you want to have for your clients or your potential clients. The flip side of that is I can be in Empress and the Wolf, and I can be looking at all the beautiful crystals and all the beautiful jewelry and all the books and all the oracle decks and the tarot decks. And do you know what? If I see something that I like, I'm going to grab it and I'm going to go up to the counter and I'm going to say, how much is this? Or if I see like this pendant I got from Empress and the Wolf, right? They're one of those stores where you can't see the price for obvious reasons. But I know when I want to know the price of something. So I'm going to say, oh, when you've got a minute, I'd love to see the price on this over here. So your clients can be trusted, your audience can be trusted to approach you if you have something that's of interest and value to them. So here's the rub. You need to be posting and sharing things that are of interest and value to your client, right? It's not about you filling your diary and you having availability and no, it's about you sharing something that your client wants to learn more about. It's about you sharing stuff that's valuable in your client's eyes. And here's another thing. you might have noticed that in our group, I love to do polls. So I think I do a poll about once or twice a month, don't I? You could still go back and see them. They're there for everybody to see, and people still respond to them. New people coming in still respond to old polls and things like that. It's lovely. But the reason that I do that is because I learned a long time ago that I started our group for a reason. And then as we started to grow, the things I thought you were interested in had actually evolved because we had more people, more personalities, more backgrounds, a broader range of goals, all those sorts of things. And so I needed to update my content. And so had I not checked in with you and said, hey, what do you need help with now? I wouldn't have been able to provide content that was going to be useful and helpful and valuable for you. And then you wouldn't have leaned in. So, people in our group lean in and they'll come to me and say, Brooklyn, I'd love to do some mentoring with you. How much is it? Brooklyn, are you taking supervision clients at the moment? Can we get together for a chat on Zoom? Brooklyn, when's your next coaching intake? Brooklyn, do you have a marketing course coming up? So people will come to me. I'm not pushing. I'm not in that energy. I'm always trying to share, post, present things that are going to be of value to my clients or my potential clients, which is you. So when you're marketing and you're putting things on your social media all the time, or you're sending out emails, but you're not getting results, don't feel like you have to keep doing more. Instead of posting 2 things on Instagram, don't feel like you've got to post 6. It's not about that. Something's off with the way that you're posting. Something is off. That's all. And instead of you being in that pushing, we need to get you into an energy with the content that you're creating that encourages or inspires people to lean forward and say, hey, are you taking on new clients? Hey, do you help with anxiety? Hey, do you help with perinatal? Hey, do you help with trauma? We want to get clients coming to you. This is client attraction. And it feels so good for you because there's no selling involved. When you do that inquiry call, there's no selling involved. That person's they already know you. They already know what you do, how you do it, why you do it. They're already sold. That inquiry call just becomes how do we get you started here? Well, let's get you booked in for that first session. Here's the form to sign. Off you go. And isn't that a much easier, more aligned space for you to be in as a practitioner than being in a sales role that doesn't suit you or doesn't feel aligned? Yep. So anyway, that's one of the things that I think many of us don't appreciate or aren't aware of, or don't know about that push and pull. But I would encourage you, maybe if you get a chance today, scroll back through maybe your last few posts and just see, was this a pushing energy or was it a pulling energy? And really maybe have a look at some of each other's posts and just feel like, was this a pulling energy or a pushing energy, so that you get more familiar with what that energy looks and feels like. And then you can use that energy to inform you for your future marketing. So that was meant to be a quick tip, but I think I actually rabbited on for a few minutes there. But if you need help with your marketing, if you love looking at new approaches to marketing, and if you want different clients now, maybe you've changed your niche, maybe your messaging needs work, maybe the website isn't working, anything like that, let me know. Like, I'm here to help, right? I want to be a resource for you. So let me know. Happy to support you. And if I can, I absolutely will. And if I can't, I will absolutely connect you with someone who might be able to help, right? Okay. Enough from me. I'm going to go and have a bite to eat now. And then I've got to do a private practice business tarot reading for another client. So I'm really looking forward to that with my new deck of cards. Have a beautiful day, everyone. And here's to a week ahead full of success, fulfillment, alignment, and joy. Bye.